Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And as I began to blaze this fire tonight, gather around and contribute your very powerful energy, whether it be a like, a share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And for starters, I would like to give a big shout out to this healing circle. Thank you all for contributing your very powerful energy. You all know how to keep this flame blazing bright. It excites me to see who you are, to see how these messages are showing up for you, and also seeing how very unique your stories are. For those of you who are new here, my name is Duran's Healing, and I created this healing circle for spiritual healers, leaders, empath, intuitives, for those of you who are on a spiritual journey and need a space to express all the goods that you have in a safe way with one another. And I'm so excited to see you all showing up here and contributing your very powerful energy. And with that being said, I would like to dive into the stones to see what's going on out here in the cosmos. With that being said, let's jump right into the messages to see what the higher energy has in store for us tonight. And the message that's speaking the loudest is coming from your spirit guides, your ancestor team, or your higher team, and they're bringing attention to two key messages. It's very clear. But the way the stones are falling is that they're very condensed. And so much energies are piled up upon one another. So I would do my best to process them, and hopefully the message will come full circle with how complex these stones are falling. And the first message is bringing attention to the Beru stone, the wisdom of the origin. And this stone represents the origination of the energetic codex for the very first humans that have ever walked this planet. This is the way you have to look at this stone. It's very ancient, symbolizing this part of you that knows or is made up of a particular energetic code that goes back into time. A way has been open or is being made open. But because it's the Beru stone, it speaks to like a contract, an ancient contract that is brewing up for you or is making itself known in your frontal lobe. And this is happening energetically. And because the transformation stone is next to it, this is happening in real time. Something about your contract cementing itself at the right time for you to walk through the door of your ancestral calling, your ancestral mission. But it goes deeper than just a mission. This speaks to the origin of why you were even brought to this planet. But I'm quite interested to see what this ancient wisdom that your higher energy is bringing to the forefront about. This stone is very complex. It's hard to articulate it from an indigenous perspective in modern time. The words are not there to express the fullness of what this stone means. It's very large. But what I will do is try to draw in the messages to give a very clear depiction of what this energy is speaking to at this time what is the wisdom of the origin stone about for the collective? In reference to the wisdom of the origin stone, the cards that came out were work, current, higher access, and flooding. And what I'm downloading here is that there is something ancient that is running through your blood. It's like a blueprint that is genetically coded to ensure that you stay in alignment with your work, or that the type of work that you participate in must be in alignment with the very coding of your energetic body. This is what's going to align you with your highest current, your highest frequency, that will give you access to the world above. Or should I say the world below? The world that's running through your blood. The energetic information system that is pumping through your veins. And this is something that you intuitively cannot ignore. This is why when you feel a floodgates of emotions running through you, causing you to sweat, causing you to feel outside of yourself, it's like an alarm bell that's setting you off to either tap you in or to tap you away from what's not in alignment or what is in alignment with you. This genetic coding is so powerful, in sync with your genetic body. What I'm seeing is your skeletal system. I'm seeing your nervous system. I'm seeing the insides of you. And as the blood flows, I'm seeing synapses. Something about the transmitting of energy or information from one cell to the next is flooding, running through your blood. And this is probably what you feel on a physiological level. This is deep. This is running deep. And this is why your spirit guide decide to speak to the ancientness of your energy. And the fact that it is connected to your work speaks so much louder. If you're not in the proper place, if you're not around the proper people doing the work that is in alignment with this genetic or ancient coding, your body will react to it. This could go either positive or negative. If you feel good about a situation, your energy will light up. But if you're misaligned, you will feel drained, depleted. There is something here about the connectivity of your body to your life's work. This contract that you made before you came to this planet, or like an alarm clock you set, or preset alarm clocks on certain times. But these times that you have set are in alignment with your life's missions, your life's work at a certain frequency, at a certain timeline, at a certain level that you have preset or curated to go off, to remind your psyche, to remind your spirit to tap in at this space at a certain time. So if you're out of alignment, or you're out of sync, or not on the proper time that you have preset for yourself, and you hear this alarm bell rings, you will abandon or go AWOL with whatever mission or whatever task that you're on. This is so unique because I can see the density of the paradigm working itself or influencing your energy. The cloud is very thick. The darkness around you is really heavy. And at certain turns, it's causing you to flow in directions that you may not necessarily be conscious of. You may be just living life, enjoying yourself. Something in your spirit will rise up to reaffirm what you're feeling or cause a floodgate to hit you, sending out a signal to let you know whether you're in alignment or not. I can see some of you abandoning a relationship. Once you realize this is not in alignment with me, your body will know it. Your senses will tap into it. And people may feel like you ghosted them. You quit talking to them without explanation. But for you, the floodgates open and you snapped out of whatever you thought you were in to sink back into alignment with your work, with your calling, with the energetic frequency of this ancient wisdom that will always be a life jacket for you energetically. Wow, very unique and very powerful message. Very complex. I hope I was able to get that out to you in a way that resonated within your spirit. And this is what's transforming you. This reality or this information or this realization that is hitting your frontal lobe, that is hitting your consciousness in a very real way. Because you're witnessing it in real time. Your work may be impacted in this way. Your relationships may be impacted in this way. Your family dynamics. I can see very clearly that this ancientness is impacting you on so many levels. I can see it. In your work, some of you may have jumped ship from a work environment that at one point you thought you would retire from. But something happened physiologically for you. Something happened within you that says, no, I can't retire here. This is not the right place for me. It may have came out of the blue for some of you. People looking at you thinking, we thought you were here for the long haul. What happened? But what they don't know is that you're attached to something much deeper that is transforming or opening up a new timeline for you at this current space, at this current time. You have to clock in on an ancient level. You have to show up. And if you don't, you will feel the weight of it. In your family, you may have been overly invested, always being the one that your family has called on, showing up no matter the time or day. But when this ancient energy rise up, sending the alarm of where you should be, you had to throw up your hands. You had to apologize and set up boundaries to say, I can't do this anymore. I can't give you all this type of energy that I once gave. Now you're saying, you have to come to me. You have to come to my world. You have to show up in my space because higher access came out, which means you can't or reduce yourself from this higher access. Because once you pull out of this energy, you're going to miss all the information, all the access that you have to this ancient wisdom that is burning within you. And what it's doing is deepening your reality. It's like it's creating a world within a world for you. It's like when investigators or the police bring you into the interrogation room And there are people waiting or watching behind the glass window. You can see what's going on, but your energy is not there. You're not present, but you're still able to account for what's going on, but they can't account for your energy. This is what I'm seeing by a world within a world for you. You know what's going on in your family's life, in the workforce, or relationships, but somehow you're not physically present because this energy is putting you behind the glass window so that your ancient wisdom can stay clocked in to this other world that is giving you access or deepening this water wisdom that is made available along your healing journey. What I'm seeing is that you're getting classified information right now. You're getting firsthand frequencies. This is what it has afforded you. This is where it has taken you behind the glass wall. And what this is doing is making you a leader, is putting you in a place of mastery as a lieutenant, as a general, carrying a wealth of knowledge to be able to sit at the table to make decisions, to make calls. And people know this about your energy. This is why you're viewed as a leader, because your energy is showing up in this way. Though you're not present, when you're called upon, they know they're giving their knowledge and information to someone that can provide proper counsel, that can provide them with a wealth of information that they don't have readily available in their realm, in their timeline that they exist on. This is quite interesting to me. I have never seen the makeup of stones show up in this way. You guys are in such a unique position because of who you are and what you are. You're just like water. Water just is. And because you have chosen to stay on this path, to stay energetically in alignment with the ancient vibration of your purest energy without allowing people to take you outside of yourself, this is doing wonders, literally opening up different worlds within worlds for you. I can see it in the stones. Wow. Very unique message. Thank you all for being here with me in tonight's healing circle. And if you stuck with me through this very complex message, please be sure to like, to share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And what I will do at this time, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to pull cards and dive back into the stones, but because they're so condensed and so tapped into one another, I'm going to get an overview from the cards, and then I'm going to jump back into the stones to make sense of it while we have time. What is the second message about for the collective? And this card, I knew this card was going to come back out. What is the second message for the collective about? In regards to the second message, the cards that came out were location, pulled in a different direction, mothering, success, homelessness, and redemption. It's like you're grounded. You've grounded yourself in security in who you are and what you're about. You know who you are. on a physical level, on a spiritual level, mental level, in its totality. And you're being pulled in different directions. There's so many people that are pulling on your energy. And somehow you're still able to ground yourself. I can see octopus. It's like you have many arms, but there is this security. Like you're not being moved, you're not being shaken by the task at hand. There is something about your mothering or nurturing capacity. And this isn't specifically for a woman. This is about energy. You're able to mother or father many people in many different spaces. And you're being successful at it. You're doing this for people who don't have the capacity to feel at home. There is something about your groundedness within Mother Earth, within the planet that you live on. Security, confidence. And you're able to help others feel this very same way because you have been successful. Even in your journey of spirituality, in your journey of an empath, a healer, no matter what you qualify or quantify yourself as, you've been successful at it. But not only that, there is a redemptive element here. For those who may have cast you to the side, or for the times that you didn't feel confident, that you didn't feel sure of yourself, you're redeeming the tokens for the times you did not feel sufficient. That's what this second message is about. Redemption. This is a redemption story for all the times you've counted yourself out. But now that you feel secure, now that you've solidified yourself, you know what you're doing. You know who you are, and there is a quiet confidence. You're not sharing your skill sets or your abilities to people. You're just showing up and allowing your energy to speak for itself. And by you keeping your mouth shut and allowing this energy to move through you, the beauty of what I'm seeing in the stones is that by you doing this otherworldly energy is allowed to seep through the doors and express itself. There's something here about your words minimizing or reducing or energetically depleting the pureness of its energy. And somehow your intuition knows that. There's power in secrecy. You're not going around telling people you're a spiritual healer, you're a spiritual empath, you're this and you're that. The energies are speaking very loudly as you do the work. And by you not conveying who or what you are, there is a wave of otherworldly energies allowed to bypass or to cut itself through by you not putting words to it. Something about the words or you speaking it to light is allowing this energy to be much more freer, much more uplifted, much more at a capacity to express itself in the fullness no matter where you are. The other world is moving militantly, moving like soldiers. You're going to be successful, or you are being successful by you taking this energetic approach, because you're cultivating this relationship with the other world on a deeper level by allowing it the freedom to move through you. And when things happen, and you know it was because of you, you just nod your head and keep going. I can see that some of you may have been quite the chatterer. You wanted to tell people who you are. You wanted validation externally, so you kind of talked a lot. But now you're moving in silence, and this energy is really cultivating itself like Christmas Day. It's Christmas time in the city. It is Christmas time in the city for you. And the ornaments on this Christmas tree, as I see the shells piled on top of one another, is your creativity, is your personal medicine, is your devotion, is your action, is your homecoming. Blessings on blessings on blessings. You're able to express your creativity by this method. You're able to allow your medicine to reach the people in realms in a way that you may not have been able to do before. I can see some of you may have tried this method before and it fell flat on its face. You may have been given the opportunity to work at a certain job or to take on a certain task. I'm not sure. But this opportunity has been presented in front of you again to allow you to redeem yourself. To say, I'm not going to make the same mistakes as I once did. I'm not going to overshare who I am. I'm going to collect my dividends and focus in on this ancient wisdom that is moving through me. I'm going to focus in on the higher mission, on my spiritual path by using or taking from the current paradigm. I'm not allowing myself to be weighed down energetically like I once did before. No, this time I'm going to be smart about it. And by you doing this, your creativity is going to blossom. You're going to see your medicine or your gift show up because you're going to be at peace. You're going to know what actions to take. You're going to feel at home within yourself. You're going to feel that much more devoted to what your spiritual or your ancient energy is guiding you towards. And you're going to invest in it. You're going to devote yourself to it. It's like your savings. You may have a checking account, but you're going to put that money away into the savings and watch it pile up because you're devoted to this higher mission that's within you that some of you are keeping very quiet. You're keeping it quiet. I knew I was going to spin back. No matter how complex or dense these stones were piled on top of each other, we circled back. This contract that is radiating within you, you can't be derailed away from it. Even when you are, there is an alarm bell that will sink you back into it, bringing your focus back into your life's mission, back into your life's work, but with more in tune, more in sync, more powerful wisdom with the way you need to maneuver yourself and how you need to move. Period. That's the message. I know this message took a while to get full circle, but this is a healing circle. And thank you all for being here and joining me. And with that being said, I'm going to take this time to close out tonight's healing circle. Thank you so much for contributing your very powerful energy. With that being said, I'm going to close out tonight's healing circle, and I will see you all at the next.